This week, the RMIT University Student Union is holding an election, and you can participate. We've been meeting with the candidates to find out what they stand for. Earlier on, I met with Ella Gvildys.
Hi, my name's Ella Gvildys. I'm the current RUSU president this year in 2019. I've been involved on council for 3 years. And most importantly and relevant to this interview, I am the ticket registrar for the Together ticket.
Who are Together? Now, I know that when you ran for president, you're on a ticket called Connect, but now we have this new ticket called Together.
When it comes to Connect ran for 10 years and it ran really well and it delivered outcomes for students that were relevant and really gave some good benefits. But this year's about starting a new leaf, and that's representative through the change of our colour shirt, the change of not only the people involved in it and also the name of the change of the name. So the name Together is meant to symbolise the fact that we're working literally together with people that are on the ground wanting to interact with student life and wanting to be involved. So it's a collection of involved RUSU club executives and members, volunteers and mentors, people that have been active in not RMIT volunteering but RUSU as well, SSCC reps, active members on the 2019 Student Union Council, and also some people from the sustainability collectives and independent students from the Queer Lounge.
And what about yourself, Ella? Do you have any involvement with political entities here on campus?
So I've been a member of the Labour Club for a fair few years, but that's been myself. I've been particularly careful with when I'm a big believer in wearing hats. So when I wear my student hat, I'm able to enjoy student clubs in my own way and let my own political affiliations go through. But when I wear my RUSU president hat, that's one where all students pay SAF. So it means that regardless of how they vote, regardless of how they choose to vote in anything political or outside of RMIT, it means that my role is to specifically serve them.
Now, you're running for NUS delegate. Now, if you were to be elected, do you know whereabouts you would sit in the NUS?
I'm a current national executive member of NUS and I would be sitting with Unity, but however, that is not representative of the entire ticket. Some are Unity, some may not be.
So with Together's predecessor, Connect, their involvement in running the union for the last 10 years, are you able to deliver change?
Well, it's important to remember that with Together, it's a new breath of life, but it's where people that have been active want to support that new breath of life. So when it comes to the policies that we're putting forward, it's ones that are student focused, ones where we've put our ear to the ground and really been listening to hear what students have to say throughout the year, and trying to put that forward. So for me as a psychology student and as my role in president this year, I've noticed that there's a really strong call to action around mental health at RMIT. It's something that I've been particularly involved in within everything that's happened in the past few months, and also listening to the way that the university isn't particularly structured to support us at the moment. For example, there is a particularly long line for counselling. It's really hard to get face-to-face interactions with people just to talk about mental health. And it seems to be where you get phone number, here's a website link to get to counselling. And that's not good enough for students. So we're running on policies like frontline mental health training for all frontline staff. So think about your tutors, your lecturers, people that normal RMIT students might go to try and get that support, and making sure that they're trained up to be able to have reasonable responses to it, being able to push them forward in the right direction. We also have flagline policies on sustainability. I've made sure to get in touch with someone from the sustainability clubs who's been involved in Fossil Free, AYCC, and really letting them have that view and really letting them run wild with exactly what they want to see within sustainability. So within it being 100% fossil free, looking at cup exchanges similar to 7-Eleven, where if you do choose to get a not a styrofoam cup, it's if you choose to get a coffee cup, it means where you can recycle them on campus, where it means you can put your coffee lid there, you can put your cup there, and if you choose to get a straw, you can get there, and it reduces our footprint. We're looking at things like mug libraries, but we're also looking at policies where you see it all over Stalker Space, how Melbourne Uni students are always within our libraries, that kind of thing. So looking at RMIT spaces for RMIT students. Still focusing on the education stuff like faster assessment feedback, so you should never be able to go to your exam at Flemington Showgrounds and then not have the results of your 30% assessment. We're looking more at industries and careers, so not the education you get just within the classroom, it's outside the classroom as well, and making sure you get those connections. alongside flagship ways to make sure that your student life generally on campus is better. So more food trucks on campus, more social mixer events, cheaper coffee on campus, ways to make sure that your socioeconomic status doesn't affect the way that you can engage in student life.
How do you balance the partnership that the union has with the university, with the union's activism?
We're independent. We're for students. There have been lots of conversations where I've had with heads of university where I'm going, well, that isn't exactly the right call. I'm going to come back once both of us had time to think about this, and then in the event that I can't get this, I'm going to have to look somewhere else. We're going to have to run a campaign. We're going to have to do that. Like, I'm not going to just take no for an answer. This is what students want. It's what students need. They pay SAF. They're only here for the years of their degree, and they need it. So it's having that level-headed conversation and pressing in other areas and campaigns in the event that we can't get it. But I've found that seems to be a pretty impressive and helpful thing to be able to get what you need for students. And it's one where the university respects you for it because they know you're independent.
Would a union led by Together advocate for a more transparent university?
Yes. When it comes to 100% fossil frees and ethical investments, we'd be looking at transparency to students of exactly where are we, not just statistically, but also where are we not fossil free. When it comes to ethical investments, how much is it, and specifically where? When it comes to transparency from RUSU itself, we publish all our quarterly reports, but I'm also looking specifically for published student representative reports, because it's where your student money pays for students within their roles, and it's important for students to know exactly what those office bearers are doing within that time. As far as I'm concerned, if you're running things well, you shouldn't have to worry about who can see.
Now, Together is running editors for Catalyst. Mm-hmm. How will you commit to an independent student media?
Sure thing. So these students are students that came forward who are either interested in journalism, RUSU volunteering, and they've been passionate about Catalyst. They've wanted to be involved. When it comes to Catalyst itself, it's where, when it comes to proofreading over material, it's where a staff member does it, not any office bearers, and it's where they're really given free license. So no Catalyst office bearer should ever find themselves in a situation where the RUSU president walks in and tells them exactly how to structure exactly what. That's not what I've led by, and it's not what any of my ticket would be running by. It's about independent media, making sure that it's fact-checked and it's accurate, and also about closing loopholes. So if someone publishes something that's an important update, making sure to link through and make sure it's accurate. So I'd be really looking forward to that, but I'm also looking forward to seeing what they can do. I know that they take journalistic integrity seriously, and I honestly hope to see them in the position to see what they can do. As president of the student union this year, I've championed the ticket Together because it's really important for students from all different areas of the university to literally be working together. We are the most diverse ticket that's coming to table. We have so many different people, local or international, collectives, clubs. We want to create a better vision for RMIT for you. When it comes to mental health, we have proper policies and we have the guts to get it done. When it comes to sustainability, when it comes to accountability, when it comes to the education you deserve, and also the RMIT spaces that we deserve because we pay for. But it's also about having fun as well and being able to get involved in student life. So I believe that if you speak to someone from Together, we'll be able to inform you about how we want to get it done. So thank you for listening.
We're covering the entire student union election, so to stay tuned with that coverage, check out the Swanston Gazette on Facebook, Instagram, and on our website. I'm Lloyd Connolly, reporting for the Swanston Gazette.